Tonight, Easy Street moves to its regular time with a big celebration.
That dude is a party reptile.
Brush up your social skills.
No.
For Easy Street. Then let's all raise a toast.
I have raised a fool.
To the season premiere of Valerie.
And I'm not even dressed yet.
Come home tonight.
What do you think of our proposal, Tom? Certainly does seem to be the perfect solution to your problems.
Once neglected, even a close business relationship can become distant.
Doesn't it?
Next time, stay in touch. With New York Telephone's low regional calling area rates, you can check on inventory, coordinate distribution, and make that extra call. You'll keep that business relationship so close.
It's a good thing you called.
That nothing can come between you. New York works on New York Telephone.
This could be the fall you fall for Eastern Airlines Caribbean. Prices have dropped. The crowds have disappeared. So there's no better time to fall for our 18 destinations throughout the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Eastern San Juan, for example, is just $268 per person, complete with hotel and round-trip coach airfare. Call your travel agent or Eastern for complete details. Love may last forever, but our fall prices won't.
Author Kitty Kelly talks Frank Sinatra Monday live at 5.
From WNBC TV, this is News 4 New York with Ralph Penza and Carol Jenkins.
Good evening. This is a special halftime edition of News 4 New York.
More revelations in the police scandal. There is a report tonight that the 7-7 precinct in Brooklyn, where 13 cops were suspended last week, has actually been the target of corruption investigations for the last 5 years. New York Newsday claims that the precinct's former commander, Donald Bishop, described it as a dumping ground for cops with discipline problems. Police Commissioner Ben Ward lashed back at a ceremony for the Shoreham Society, an organization of Jewish police officers. While the cops broke bread, Ward rejected the newspaper story and bristled at the phrase dumping ground.
The 77th precinct is not a dumping ground. We have no dumping ground precinct. That's an old, archaic phrase that was popular in the police department many years ago, and the last dumping precinct that I know was Prospect Park, and that doesn't even have a precinct anymore. Inspector Bishop said it was a dumping ground? Well, he was the commanding officer. I guess he considered himself dumped.
Meanwhile, Mayor Kotz tried to explain that corruption in this world is nothing new.
Beginning with Adam and Eve and the two gorillas who came before them, there was corruption. We all know that, and we have to deal with it.
We should point out that the published phrase dumping ground was apparently a paraphrase of what the former precinct commander said, but Newsday editors say they stand by their story.
2 people died in East Harlem early this morning after a christening party turned into a gun duel. It happened in the gymnasium of PS 102 on East 105th Street. Police believe the shooting began after an argument over a woman. One man died at the scene, another at St. Luke's Hospital. 3 people were injured. And this afternoon, one of the injured men was charged with assault. His name is Pablo Sierra. He's 18 years old and in critical condition.
Secretary of State George Shultz is in New York for a 6 o'clock meeting tonight with Soviet Foreign Minister Shevardnadze. Now, the State Department officials say they may be near a breakthrough in the case of Nick Daniloff, the American reporter accused of spying in Moscow. Time for a quick look at the weather. Here's Joe.
Ralph, thank you very much. The football forecast in just a second. Right now, let's check out today's atmosphere. We had a high temperature reading of 68 degrees. We bottomed out at 59. Presently, we are looking at 65 degrees. The wind is southwest at 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity at 63%. And the barometer 30.27. It is steady. For tonight, you're looking at partly cloudy skies at best, temperatures into the 60s, and then well, let's show you tonight now. There's tonight. Okay, with the south wind, so you're going to start to see temperatures warm up before too long. In fact, by tomorrow morning, temperatures well into the 60s, a hint of sunshine with a southwest wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow afternoon, these are high temperature readings, mid to upper 70s for the most part, with the possibility of 80-degree readings down in central New Jersey with a southwest wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow night, partly cloudy with temperatures not as cool as last night. Temperatures for the most part in the 60-degree range. A big warm-up in store. We'll have a complete forecast for you tonight at 11, Ralph.
Okay, Joe, we'll check back with you then. Thanks.
Well, this first Sunday of autumn was a day for festivals and parades and traffic jams that accompany them. There were festivals on 3rd Avenue, 42nd Street, and 52nd Street. Brooklyn held its annual downtown fair, and Muslims marched for peace in Manhattan. 600 extra police officers were assigned to protect crowds and keep traffic flowing.
When they weren't watching the street performers.
That's right. We hope your day was good. We'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock.
Have a good evening.
This has been a presentation of News 4 New York.
Only an Audi is pure Audi. And now it's even easier to experience all the technical innovations, classic design, luxury, and performance an Audi has to offer. For a limited time, your local Audi dealer has a great incentive to make you an exceptional deal on any 1986 Audi. See your Audi dealer soon. Because while attractive deals on interest rates are nice, an attractive deal on an Audi is even nicer.
Mobil One Synthetic Motor Oil. It's what all these racing champions have in common. It gives any engine unbeatable protection. From an IndyCar engine, to a powerful 8-cylinder engine, to a Turbo 6, to a hard-working 4-cylinder engine. It protects against extreme engine stress better than any conventional oil. If Mobil One can protect these engines, think what it can do for yours. Mobil One, the choice of champions.
The new Pan Am Shuttle would like to introduce a new choice of guaranteed seats for shuttle travelers. The Pan Am Shuttle seat or the Eastern seat. In the Eastern seat, you leave on the hour. In the Pan Am seat, you leave on the half hour. In the Pan Am seat, you're guaranteed to get Pan Am service. In the Eastern seat, you're guaranteed to get Eastern service. Now that's a guarantee you won't soon forget. The Pan Am Shuttle, the first choice in shuttles.
It is an automotive advance whose time has come. The Mercedes-Benz Supplemental Restraint System, SRS. In a severe frontal impact, a driver's side airbag and emergency tensioning retractors in both front seatbelts supplement 3-point seatbelt restraint. All in a fraction of a second. SRS, only from Mercedes-Benz. And now standard equipment on every Mercedes-Benz for 1986.
Us Magazine says its hitness will appeal to adults.
No problemo.
And nothing is sacred.
Take off the dress. I'm not wearing anything underneath.
That's out. Then.
Not one of the young men at school took the time to get ready for a date the way that Phil did.
Monday.
My boy Tommy isn't exactly a born salesman. In kindergarten, he sold lemonade for 3 cents. The boy next door sold it for a dime and ran him out of business. When he was a scout, he sold candy door to door. Even I pretended I wasn't home. Then he became a Honda salesman. Now my son Tommy is a huge success. Those Hondas must be very good cars.
Honda, the car that sells itself. See the new 87 Hondas at your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Tri-Honda dealer.
Pat Robertson on Presidential Ambitions, Donahue, tomorrow at 4.
This is Bob Costas back in New York. Let's go quickly through the scores for you. New England is holding Denver and John Elway in check. Only touchdown in the game, 13-3 at halftime in favor of the Patriots. Another connection between Eason and Morgan for the TD. Jets were a big favorite against the Colts, leading at halftime at the Hoosier Dome, 13-0. The Chargers, with Dan Fouts playing despite a broken nose, leading the Raiders, who are without Marcus Allen. The Raiders have turned it over 4 times. Will they go 0-4? It's 13-7 at the half. Tampa Bay, with Steve Young having a good first half, leading the unbeaten Falcons 20-7. That one's at halftime in Tampa. Finals earlier today, Rodgers over 100 for the winners, Warner over 100 for the losers. Largent ties Carmichael, catching a pass in his 127th straight. Steve Cox, a 57-yard field goal for the Redskins. They're 4-0. Seattle loses its first, 19-14 the final. 3 touchdown passes and a scoring run for McMahon. 44-7, Chicago wins at Cincinnati. San Francisco beats Miami 31-16. Dolphins are 1-3, a career-high 4 interceptions suffered by Marino. Philadelphia wins its first. Rams lose their first. Buddy Ryan's crew pummels them 34-20 the final. Kansas City wins at Buffalo. The final there is 20-17.
Pittsburgh wins it first in overtime at Houston, 22-16. The Giants spot the Saints a 17-0 lead, roar back to win, 20-17. Cleveland over the Lions, 24-21, and Tommy Kramer threw 6 touchdown passes as the Vikings pummeled the hapless Packers, 42-7. In baseball, all the divisional races are over. The 4th team to qualify for the playoffs, the Boston Red Sox. They did it today at Fenway Park against the Blue Jays. This was the scene. Oil Can Boyd on the mound, 12-3 lead. Kelly Gruber pops it up for Toronto. Bill Buckner will squeeze it, and the Red Sox have the division title. They face California in the playoffs. NBC's Tony Kubek was there, and in the celebration in the locker room, he talked with the Red Sox Roger Clemens.
Roger, first of all, just the exhilaration that must have pumped through your body when you saw that final pop-up thrown by Oil Can Boyd.
Well, we've been waiting a long time, a lot of anticipation, and it finally happened. A lot of guys are really happy. A lot of guys have never been able to do that, run out there and jump a pitcher and with the louse outs made. So it's fun for them, and especially fun for guys that's been around a while. Bobby Stanley, Jim Rice, Dwight Evans, Bill Buckner. Guys like that, I like seeing them smile and having fun at this stage in their career.
You have not been able to talk about it to this point, but I'm sure now you can. I know you've thought about it, the first game matchup against Mike Witt and the California Angels.
Oh, yeah. It'll be good having them here, and for the first couple games, we'll need to get our momentum built here and then go back out there for the 3 games. But it's going to be a hard-fought games. They're great. They have a bunch of veterans over there, and they're a good fastball-hitting team, so it'll be interesting.
Very quickly, Roger, you know you have access to the pitching rotation. Tom Seaver has a damaged knee. Nobody knows at this point if he can go. What will the rotation be at this point?
Well, right now, it's still kind of up in the air what's going on. I think that I do have Tuesdays from what I've been told, and from then on, I don't know which way they're going to go with it. I would think they'd come back with Bruce right behind me, which is the way it is now, and then with Oil Can, first game out there. But other than that, I don't know.
What will be your schedule from here on in through the rest of the season?
Just try and make it through this night and get up and start my work again tomorrow and get ready for my last start of the season and then get ready for the playoffs.
Thank you so much, Roger. Good luck to you the rest of the way. Back to Bob Costas in the studios in New York.
All right, Tony, thanks. Roger Clemens, a cinch for Cy Young. He might double up and win the MVP as well. The important thing, the Red Sox are in the playoffs. And we'll continue with more football here at halftime in just a moment.